Hi, my name is Prumihimo. Kumihimo is my passion and Prumihimo is my brand name. And my aim is to introduce people to Kumihimo and to help them to get the most out of this wonderful art. It's very relaxing and enjoyable, the actual process of Kumihimo. So what I find is when I'm on long journeys in train, plane or car, as long as I'm not driving, I like to take Kumihimo with me. And all I do is take something very simple, just make a really long braid. And often I don't even have anything planned for what I'm going to make with that braid, because I know that a really long braid can be used in so many ways. So this video is all about using something that you might have made just to keep yourself occupied and relaxed on a long journey. And it's this knotted lariat. So for this particular one, I have just used round braid, which is the basic Kumihimo braid that most people know, made on the round disc. You may also have heard it by its Japanese name, Kongo Gumi. And I've done just a very simple 8-cord round braid. If you're going on a long journey, I do recommend having these little quick release bobbins, because if you've got lots of cord, you'll want to keep it under control. And they're really easy to use. You just pop them open and wrap the cord around and then pop them shut. And you can release more cord as you need them. So bobbins are kind of a must if you're going to do long braids on a long journey. And what you need is, for this design, a minimum of about 1 meter of braid. If you've got more, you can make an extra long one, or you can make something else. So I've got an idea at the end to show you, so do hang on for that. Now, the other thing I like to do in my videos is introduce people to new materials that they might use for their Kumihimo. So what I've used here is a knitting yarn, which is sold under different names. It's often sold as tape yarn or chainette, and there are probably other names as well. What it is a rayon yarn, which is flat like a tape and just about 3 millimeters wide. You can get it in different sizes. That's the one I'm using here. And I've used it in 2 colours on both of the designs I've got here. But for this, you can use whatever you've got. So it might be satin cord, might be embroidery thread, whatever you want. The starting point is a nice long braid of a minimum of 1 meter. And to get to that, you will probably need to have 2.5 to 3 meters of whatever cord or yarn you're using on each of your 8 bobbins. So what I'm going to do now is show you a close-up of these lovely lariats. So here we have the completed design. You've got your 1 meter of braid with a knot, and then the ends are finished off in whatever way you like. So don't forget, I have videos for the glued method, which is what I've used here, wired method as well, and I also have a great book about endings I'm going to tell you about a little bit later on. Once you've got your endings on, then all you need to do is attach 2 pendants on each side. I've used 2 matching beads. They can be different things, they can be whatever you want, possibly some chain with a few stones. The possibilities are limitless really, but this is the structure. Now this knot here is not your usual overhand knot, because I think you get a more symmetrical look with this particular knot. And this knot is generally known as the Matthew Walker knot. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to move that away and bring in my other lariat that's waiting to be knotted. Now, with this particular knot, it's a little bit more complex than an overhand knot. So just to remind you, an overhand knot would look like this. It's still a very attractive knot and very easy to do and undo. The Matthew Walker knot is a little bit more difficult to undo, so my suggestion is that you don't put your pendants on until you've done your knot, and you position your knot so that you have enough of the neckline part to go over your head. So let me show you how the knot is done. First of all, decide where you want your pendants to sit, how closely to one another. So you do this at this stage. I'm quite happy with that look, I think. So that's how I want them to sit. Now, decide where I want my knot to be. So I think I want it around there. What I do is I take the left hand cord and make a little loop and hold it over the front of the other cord. Then I take the right hand cord, I make a loop going round that tail and then through the loop I've just made there. Now I bring that same one I'm working with through the other loop. Now I've got two going through the same loop. I don't want that, so I take the one that I moved first, the longer one, bring it round the back and through the other loop. And now I tighten the knot till I'm happy with it. There we go. And just pull it till you're happy with it. So now I'm just going to show you that knot again. So we take the left hand cord, make a loop and hold it on the front. Take the right hand cord, make a loop around that other cord and hold it at the back. And then just slide it through that first loop. Now I bring it across the front, the same one, and through the right hand loop. Now I've got two cords coming through the same loop. I don't want that. So I take the longer one and put it from the back through the other loop. And now I can tighten that up. And it just gives a rather more symmetrical looking knot. And now you can simply attach your pendants using a jump ring. And I'll just show you quickly how to do that. Take the jump ring, slip it through the loop of the end cap, slip on the pendant, and then close the jump ring as neatly as possible. And you can just wiggle it to and fro until you get it really nice and neat. And then you can attach the other one. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that you'll have got now lots of ideas of how you can use any long braids you make on long journeys. And just by changing the pendants that you use, you can make all sorts of different things. They make lovely presents as well. And as I said at the beginning, if you've got a little bit of leftover cord, what you could do is try this knotted bracelet. And I have a video for this. If you look in the information down below, I'll put a link to it. And this is the knotted bracelet that I've got. And it just takes, where are we, about 30 centimetres of cord to make this very pretty bracelet to match the necklace. Now, don't forget my two lovely books. I don't show in this video how to finish off the actual lariats, how to glue on the ends, because I have videos for that, for both the glued and the wired method. But now what I've also done is written this great book, Kumihimo Endings, the finishing touch for every braid. And I strongly recommend this. This is available from my website and also from some UK bookshops. And it's a great little book, absolutely jam-packed with all the ideas for finishing that have worked for me time and time again. So distilled into this concise and easy to carry and carry around book, it'll fit in your craft bag. In this, I've got experiences of 10 years of braiding, so it's well worth it. And as I said, it's available from my website, prumihimo.com. So till next time, happy braiding.